Hi, my name is Stephanie Schaefer, and today I'm going to be doing a cooking tutorial on the recipe puppy chow. Some ingredients we're going to be using in puppy chow is corn checks. We're also going to be using peanut butter. I've already pre-measured out the chocolate chips for it, butter, powdered sugar, and some vanilla. So what we need to do to start our recipe is we need to combine a cup of chocolate chips, put it into a mixing bowl. I have a half a cup of peanut butter, also in this recipe you want to include a fourth a cup of butter. Throw that in there. All these ingredients, once you have them in this mixing bowl together, you're going to heat them in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes until they get smooth to where you can mix it all together into a creamy mixture. Alright, so now that you have your mixture melted, it should look to the consistency of something like this. My chocolate chips, my butter, and my peanut butter have all melted together. What you want to do at this point is you want to add in a half a teaspoon of vanilla. So we'll go ahead and do that. It gives it just a little extra consistency and a little punch to it. Stir that together. You want to make sure that the chocolate stays runny so it'll get an even coating over the corn checks. So after I have my mixture completely smooth, I've already pre-measured out 8 cups of corn checks. Now I like to dump a little bit in at a time and coat it evenly and continue dumping in so everything makes sure it gets coated. Okay, so now that I've added in my corn checks, this should be about the consistency that you should see within your own recipe. The recipe actually calls for 8 cups of corn checks. I always like to go with 7, just because I like a more chocolatey covering on my corn checks, but you can go 8 cups, 9 cups, depending on how thick you want that chocolate to be. So the next step is you're going to take just a plastic bagging, and it can get kind of messy, so you could be careful, would be wise. You're just going to spoon in your corn checks. So now that you have your almost completed puppy chow recipe in your bag, you're going to add in 3 cups of powdered sugar. Now, like I said with the chocolate and the corn checks, you can always differentiate with the recipe. I don't like to necessarily measure out 3 cups of powdered sugar. I like to just pour it in and see what gets an even coating. So I'll pour into what I think is about 3 cups. Sometimes I'll stop along the way, zip the bag up, shake it up to see how much more is needed. So now that I've added in all of my powdered sugar, you should see that your puppy chow recipe should look something similar to this. Now feel free to get creative with your own. You can always add in mixtures like peanuts, you can add in M&Ms or pretzels to kind of make it your own and make it special to what you like. Feel free to visit my website at shschaefer@westliberty.edu. You can go up to the Google sites, and I have a website strictly devoted to different puppy chow recipes. There is a gluten-free recipe, a recipe including Nutella, and an original puppy chow recipe. You can also look over the internet, and there are tons of recipes that you can find. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today, and happy cooking!